What's up, people? Hope everybody's doing good. Today, I just want to talk to y'all about, a little bit of financial education. We wasn't really taught a lot of these things growing up in school. The majority of us wasn't anyway. So here I am. I'm trying to, give y'all a little bit of knowledge and maybe enlighten some of y'all. So, as a kid, I was always, doing different things, different entrepreneur ventures. My mom, she started us off really young. We used to sell these little cups. Some places here in Charleston, South Carolina, they call them chili bears. And in Tennessee, they call them frozens. But they're little flavor icy cups. But that was my first hustle. I was 5 years old. Me and my brother, we were slinging them off the back porch right there in the neighborhood. We had all the kids coming. So from there on, I was hooked. But ever since then, I've always had a hustle. I would go to school selling candy. I got snitched on one day, and that kind of ended the operation when I was in the middle school. But and then from there, before I grew up, I got a little older. I would work. I had my first job, my first actual job at 15. And I was working in a pizza parlor. I was literally slanging dough, making pizza and everything for my first time around, my first gig. Then I graduated to different things, but I always had a side hustle no matter what, whether I was doing like mixtapes or what. I was always doing something, but I wasn't taught on how to save and invest. I wasn't taught those things. That's because, my mom didn't know. She was doing the best she could, just working her jobs and trying to provide, do things for her kids. So, she wasn't, blessed enough to, have people hit her with a full scholarship to go to college, So, and she was going to go to college, but by the time she decided to go, she had me. But even in college, they still don't teach you these things. So that's still irrelevant to what I'm getting at. I just figured I'd share my story with y'all. So they don't teach guys about the business life. What they do teach is go to school, get a good education, go to work, get a retirement or 401k if they teach you that part even. And then, you just live and you die. That's what they teach you. But a lot of times when people go into retirement, they have to come back out of retirement because the retirement wasn't enough to keep up with inflation of the dollar. Every year the dollar goes down like 1 to 3%. I don't know the exact statistics, but I do know over time the value of your dollar becomes less and less. Like $100 back in 1950s. Whew, what could that get you? You know what I'm saying? But $100 these days, what can that get you? You see what I'm saying? So like that $100 is depleting drastically over time. Just within our lifetime, within the last 10 years, you see what $100 can get you and what it can't, right? All right, so people don't know how to keep their money from depreciating and make it appreciate over time. So with that's where you get the investments. You have to do like stocks, crypto, real estate, things of that nature, but most people don't know how or can't afford or just scared to jump into those scenarios or aspects, and so they do nothing. They live their regular jobs, they work their regular jobs, they don't do side hustles, and then they live from check to check. And we all know living from check to check, you're only one paycheck away from being homeless. Anything can happen, and the majority of people don't have a whole year's worth of salary saved up for if something do happen. So that being said, guys, we got to start doing better. We got to start making our money work for ourselves. We got to start putting away for rainy days. Now, I'm not saying don't save your money, because you definitely should save your money, but also take some money out and put your money to work. You see what I'm saying? Put them in IRAs. Go do some stocks. Go learn some crypto. Go just something to make your money work. Even if you're at the flea market. Look at this guy. Perfect example, right? This guy across the street, y'all. Y'all see him? Let me zoom in. Y'all see him over there hustling? Y'all see him? do that with, you can even do that with your money. You don't have to put it into something in digital. You can put it into physical. Just make your money work. My man's over here at the corner. He's hustling. And if you guys know me, you guys, I used to do the same thing. I'd be at the flea market. I used to be at the flea market all the time. You guys used to see me in the barbershops selling all the CDs, the music, movies, other stuff. You guys, I used to be everywhere with it now, but now I'm more, you know, I'm still in it, but I'm kind of like behind the scenes now. I try to do more like wholesaling, selling to the guys like him. That way, you know, I'm behind the scenes and I ain't got to really be out here, but I have more time to myself. Because at the end of the day, we all want financial freedom so we can have time to spend with our families, our friends, our loved ones, go on vacations, things like that, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Real freedom. I know you guys see me on the road a whole lot, always out of town. And, you know, I'm out of town quite a lot, but, you know, and my cousin brought this to my attention. He brought this to my attention, guys. And it wasn't a bad thing, but it just hit home. He's like, yeah, man, he's like, we had a conversation about how people go out of town, leave the country, and just be splurging and throwing away money, right? And I was like, yeah, I'm out of town a whole lot too. And then he's like, yeah, but you do it for family. And, you know, he don't know how much that struck me in so many different ways. He's right, I do it for family. I love my family. But at the other end, you know, I felt happy that he said that because it's true. I love my family and I want to be there. But on the other end, he's absolutely right. I haven't done anything for myself. I literally haven't taken a break just for me. I haven't just did what I wanted to do, a vacation, leaving town just for me. I haven't done that. And guys, I've been living here in Charleston, South Carolina since 2006. And I'm in Tennessee or in New York multiple times a year, especially in Tennessee. You might see me in Tennessee once every other month, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'm there 2 times a month. And but that's because of my family, you know, graduation or a birthday or some kind of celebration to where it's a family moment, family reunions, anything like that. So come on, man, you see what I'm doing. So therefore I'm always there. But when he hit me with that, y'all, he said, you do it for family. It was like, dang, Mel, you have to do something for yourself. So guys, you know, it's good to do something for yourself. And yeah, I got a call coming through, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know if, okay, it stopped. I didn't know if y'all could hear me, so I kind of put a pause on it. But you have to, we all have to do something for ourselves. But why not make your money work for you so you can have that freedom? And that's what I mean, guys. So I'm gonna just share this with you as well. I do buy crypto. As a matter of fact, this car that I'm driving right now, I bought it to Uber so I can invest more money into crypto. There's this particular one that I invest in a whole lot, and I don't want to mention it on here because I don't want to start nothing. Well, okay, so I'll talk about it. It's a few of them that I buy on here, but there's a particular one that I'm headstrong on. It's called XRP. Now, I'm going to say this before I say anything else. I am not a financial advisor. This is not advice for you to buy, hold, or sell. This is just something that I'm strictly doing for myself. I'm just letting you know what I do. Okay, with that being said, guys, I invest my money into XRP pretty much because it's something that I've researched. It's something that I believe is going to be here for a long time, and that's what you guys should also do for yourselves. Find something that you believe in, find something that you know is going to work, or something that you research yourself, and you know you actually took your time and put your brain to work on, and take that chance. Take that chance and see what happens, because you may very well change your life. You know what? Because I mean, what else do you have to lose anyway? I mean, your money's going to be spent somewhere. If you put it in the bank, you're only getting 0.01% a year. Do the math on that. For what, every $1,000 you get $1 back for every $1,000 on a year or something like that. I mean, come on now, you know what I'm saying? So that's what the aim is, guys. And don't be stuck in that cycle. Do not be stuck in that same rat race loop cycle, like a dang on gerbil in a little wheel or something. Don't do that to yourselves, guys, because you only get one life. Well, I'm not even gonna say nothing on that one. You get one chance in this body that you have. And that's what it is. So while you have this chance in this body, in this realm, to maybe possibly live your best and be able to help others along the way, why not try it out? So just try something and do it for 2 years. If you don't see a difference in 2 years, try something else. Okay, guys? I'm gonna take my glasses off and I'm gonna look at y'all seriously. We ain't got time to play around. Every day that you waste is a day wasted. Every day that you put towards your future, that's a day invested. Investments pay off. I have a ton of people that I actually get mentored by or follow. These mentors, they're all on the internet, guys. There's nobody that comes to see me one-on-one. There was this one guy that I did, hang around for a while. He's a multi-millionaire, hundreds of millions of dollars. He's a pretty cool cat, but we don't really, kick it like that too much no more. But there's some other guys and other mentors that I do follow on the internet, YouTube mainly. And I do look up to these guys. They're very successful. They speak highly into people. They don't mind showing what they actually do and how it's working for them. They have the receipts to show. And so I follow these guys, and I've actually learned a whole lot from them. And I do feel like one day I could possibly be in the same positions that they're in, helping you guys and living the lifestyle that they live. I'm still working on it. I live a lifestyle to where I do pretty much what I want, but not on the level of what I really want, because that's a whole nother level there. But it's gonna come. It's gonna come. It's all about patience. It's all about time, and it's all about strategy. And most of all, it's about the ambition. You gotta have the ambition. You gotta really want it. If you don't really want, if you ain't really fighting the street, fighting to get it, it ain't gonna come. First, with motivation, Eric Thomas, E.T. the Hip Hop Preacher. I know you guys probably heard of him. If you haven't, oh my gosh, guys, he's really great with motivation. He's the guy I would listen to every morning on the way to work to get motivation to start my own landscaping company. Every day, getting up, dealing with the cold, going and working the cold all single day. I said all single day. But yeah, guys, he'll put fire up under you. If you feel like you don't have any motivation, if you're feeling drained, go listen to E.T. the Hip Hop Preacher. I kid you not, you'll get that fire back. He'll make you rethink about your why. There's several other guys. There's a thing called manifestation. I know some of you guys heard about it. It's real. Earl Nightingale. I listen to him. He's it's older. He's long gone, but Earl Nightingale, The Law of Attraction, Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. They have audio books on YouTube. You can just listen to those guys. Now, as far as the stocks and cryptos that I learn and watch and stuff like that, you got Stock Up with Larry Jones. You got Keenan Grace, Stock Mo, the whole entire stock squad. It's a couple of them guys. Stocks with Josh. Hope I ain't forgetting nobody. I think I named everybody in the stock squad. Then there's some other people that I listen to for the news and stuff, and there's another guy also, the scientific investor. I check him out, guys. Nate Cash Official, Good Evening Crypto. I do all those guys for my finances. You know what I'm saying? And then study a little bit of Spanish. If you guys like to know who I do that, study Spanish through. Butterfly Spanish with Anna, and then also there's Spanish with Pablo. And if you're like on the very, very, very beginning stage, there's a Spanish with Paul, but you know, it kind of like, he cuts off. He hasn't been on a year, so it kind of cuts off. So the other ones that I ain't really good for Spanish. But guys, as far as investing wise, and as far as real estate, I know you guys already know about Grant Cardone, so he's a given. The Cardone's family, period, they're given. But there's this one lady, she's super awesome. Her name is Noelle Randall. Check her out. She's on YouTube also. She teaches you a lot of shortcuts in life as far as investing, real estate, things of that nature. She does other business ventures and stuff that she talks about and stuff too. But guys, she's awesome. She's phenomenal. Check her out. So with those names that I gave you guys, check them out. I promise you, if you actually start listening to these people and that start implementing it into your life, you will have a significant change. All right. Yeah, guys. Break the cycle. If you're the first in your family and you're stepping out, don't be afraid. You'll be that black sheep. But at one point, at some time or another, they're gonna look at you and be like, "Oh yeah, he was right. I should have listened to him." And you may have people to come along with you. You may have people that fall off away from you. The success is lonely. Success is very lonely. Most successful people don't really have a lot of people in their circle. A lot of people in their circle are just leeches. Now you do have some strong, solid people that still be around. It's probably mainly like your mother, your dad, your brother, your wife, your spouse. But sometimes even them people flip on you. But you'll know who the real ones are, because they'll have your back. They'll be the ones still pushing you on when everybody else is telling you that you can't do it. All right, guys, break that cycle. Let's make a change, guys. The financial system is changing. We're going into a digital phase. There's a lot of things going on behind the system that is definitely going to affect the way the spending and the form of money. Yeah, like, I don't know if you guys are actually paying attention, but we have been going into the digital phase for quite some time. You know, they're just kind of like pushing people into it slowly but surely. First, you had the credit cards. They first come out. Then, the internet, all that's starting to pop off. And then you start paying stuff on the internet. Then we pretty much got out of using checks. Straight to debit card, straight to credit card. And now we're going into the crypto phase, which is the digital phase. You guys need to pay attention. I won't go into deep on here because, it's a lot, and then it's a whole lot besides just what's going on and stuff, that I'll have to deal with. But there is a definite change coming on, and you guys should pay attention. I share videos a lot. The people that I just told you guys to follow, they share a lot of these videos. But yes, the financial system is being restructured, and if you jump in too late, you're gonna get left behind. So better to be early or on time than to be late. I would definitely choose to be early, guys. You see it going on around you, but are you really paying attention? That's my whole thing. Right now, I'm working basically non-stop, guys, just so I can make these investments before it takes off, so I can actually take a real vacation for myself, do something, maybe take a whole month off, and travel the world, maybe 2 months off, and just do things that I've never done before, see things and people that I've never seen before, smell air that I've never smelled before, eat fruit and vegetables that I've never eaten before, straight from Mother Earth, somewhere in Africa or in the Caribbeans, just living life, guys, because nothing is promised. Another day, tomorrow is not promised, next year is not promised. The only thing that is promised is yesterday. It's because you already lived it. But guys, like, for real, man, change it. Like, some of you people are sitting here, and I'm not knocking being on government assistance. I'm not, but like they're saying, it's a crutch. It's to help you move into a better statement or a better state in your life. Like, it's not here for you to use your whole entire life and bleed it out, because it's not. It's here to help. And I'm from the struggle, guys. Like, my mom, she did her best. There's been times where we had to stay in the shelter, or through some kind of system to where, with housing, all kind of different things, guys. She did her best, but it didn't break me. It made me stronger. It made me feel like I need to do it good in life, to where I can take care of my mom. I can build a foundation to where, if my mom wanted to work, she could work if she wanted to with me, and or if my family or anybody who needs a job. I'm trying to build something to where there's a system to where I'm helping other people and doing what I do. But after a while, guys, I want to be work free. I don't want to be doing nothing. And if my hands are in something, all I'm doing is pulling up and I'm getting a check, and I'm dropping off products, or I'm dropping off knowledge. I'm speaking to people, and I'm traveling. That's my goal. Yeah. That's what it is. And a lot of you guys, y'all have opportunities surrounding y'all, and y'all are just waiting for handouts. Don't wait for that handout, man. Just get out there and get it, guys. I don't want to talk y'all out forever, because your boy can talk. Okay? But it's real out here, guys, and it's about to get more real. So put your boots on. Learn some things. Learn how to grow food. Learn some trades, and keep hustling. There was a movie called Dope, and in that movie, these high school guys was basically selling the dope and paying with Bitcoin, transferring Bitcoin and stuff like that. And at that time, it was like between 2008, 2009, and I was like, they usually put stuff in movies before it actually comes out, so I was intrigued. And by the time I actually looked at, but I didn't do it right away. And by the time I actually heard about Bitcoin and saw it, it's like $100 and something. It's like, I'm not putting $100 on something I can't see. And then next thing you know, $500, $1,000, $10,000, $60,000, $126,000. You know what I'm saying? So whenever that just goes to show. And that was just back then, guys. So that, just imagine if you would have took 60 cents and bought Bitcoin back then when it first came out, which Bitcoin was only 6 cents a pop. If you would have took 60 cents and bought 10 Bitcoin and just held it for 16 calendar cycles, because they came out in 2009, it's 2025 now. So if you'd have held your Bitcoin, that's 60 cents for 16 calendar cycles, you have almost $600,000 right now. And that's with it sitting at like $93,000. I think it's down to 93 right now. But can you imagine at its peak height at $126,000, and you only spent 60 cents for it? Can you imagine that, guys? So that's the power of investment, guys. And it can definitely be life-changing. I'll share this story, but only to a certain extent, because I got respect for people. So there's this guy that I know. He showed me, this guy has a friend, but I was talking to my homeboy, and he was telling me how his friend had invested in Bitcoin in the early days, and he put like 10 grand in. And this was when Bitcoin was like cheap, guys. Between its first peak and $100 something. I don't know the exact number it was at this time. But dude put 10 grand in, right? And let's just say this now. Whoo! He's in a different country right now, all right? His house is extremely large. He's got all the nice cars, the fancy Bentleys, the Aston Martins, whatever you can think of, pretty much, he's got them. He's got an elevator in his crib. Yeah, it's stupid. And all he did was invest the 10 grand in, guys. And it's just like, once I saw that video, I mean, I was happy for homeboy, but I was sick to my stomach and I got mad at myself. So I was hating on myself, but I was happy for dude, because it's beautiful when somebody can strike it like that, because, you know, it just is. You see somebody coming from normal everyday to day life and hitting it hard like that, guys. That's a beautiful thing to see. There's no hate in my blood. Like, I see that and then I get inspired. But instead of getting inspired this time, I got mad at myself because I saw this before it got big. I saw it before it was publicized by the average person, and I didn't move on it. I did not move on it, guys. And I told myself after that video, I told myself from this day forward, I'm gonna find the next big wave, and I'm gonna find it in its early stage, and I'm gonna latch on, and I'm gonna, like a pit bull on a tire, swinging from the rope on a tree. I'm latching on, and I'm shaking, and I'm shaking, and I'm shaking, and I ain't letting go. I'm telling you, like, I ain't letting go so hard that my jaw would detach from my face, and my teeth and my jaws would still be on that tire, gripping and shaking and shaking and shaking, because that's simple, guys. I will not miss another opportunity like that. And I believe I found it. I believe I have found it in the XRP and the other cryptos that I invest in. Now, once again, I am not a financial advisor. This is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. This is something that I've studied, something that I believe in. Do your own due diligence. Another thing, guys, I hear people all the time with crypto and stocks saying, well, I tried to invest in it at one point in time and it didn't work out for me, and I lost money. And I'm always like, Now, with stocks, you can lose money if you're doing options, buying the calls, the puts, stuff like that. You can purchase it and you do your thing and it doesn't work out. Yeah, you lose your money. But if you're just straight buying, like investing, buying units or shares, you don't lose. Now, however, the value can go up, the value can go down, but the total amount of shares or units that you have are still the same. So one day you might see, hey, I'm up $500, and then one day you might be like, damn, I'm down $600. But do not sell. Now, wait. I am not a financial advisor. This is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. I'm just telling you what I would and would not do. So if I'm holding a value of something and it's $1,000 and it dropped down to $45, yeah, it might look kind of nasty at that point in time, but I still have that amount of shares. So I'm gonna hold. In fact, what I'm really going to do, I'm gonna double down. I'm gonna buy more. I'm gonna go in, especially if it's like at the year's low or the month's low. Oh, I'm finna go 8. Nom, 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 nom. I'm eating them up. You know what I'm saying? So it just kind of tickles me, and it makes me sad for people sometimes when they say, oh yeah, I tried this and I lost money. You just got scared. You panicked. You panic sold. You sold. You bought in high. You saw something new. Well, some people, most people, a lot of people see a new investment that's a lot of people have already been invested in for quite some time now, and they see the investment when it's going at the height. They're like, oh, it's doing what? Let me buy in. Da 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 da. You buying Bitcoin in when it was like $120,000, but the other cats is buying in when it was $9,000, $10,000, $20,000. So their profit and your profit range is way different. They could afford to lose a little bit and still be in profit. Meanwhile, you shitting bricks because you're down, negative. You know what I'm saying? So, the different strokes for different folks. People get into different waves. But no matter what, people, if you do not sell when the value of it drops and you stay patient, you'll be okay. So, yes, that. And if I see something going down, like I said, and it's one of my investments, something I believe in, that's a long-term company, I'm buying more. That's just what it is. And that's kind of like why I'm doing my Uber right now, because I need to buy more. Like, I need so much to the point where it's stupidless. And then when I finally get to that point, now I know I'll be set for my future. My future self will be okay. So then I'll be all right. And when they finally get there, I'm taking my vacation that I talked about. So that's the goal, guys. That's why you see me do my landscaping. That's why you see me Ubering now again. That's why you see me with my CMOS. That's why you see me doing all these other things that I'm doing, is to work for a future to where I don't have to work and to where my family will be taken care of. I don't even have kids yet. I don't even have a girlfriend, guys. I don't have a wife. I'm single. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, also, if there's an intelligent, beautiful woman who loves herself and who is healed and ready to express herself with love and know how to hold a great man down and want to be a great partner, holla at your boy. But I'm going to tell you this, don't come with that BS, because I have no problem hollering at you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have no problem with it. So, anyway, yeah. Much love, guys.